Agents, Luis Moreno here, Simply Health Insurance Agency. We are 20 days into the ACA open enrollment and just want to do a refresher on compliance. I got a lot of agents asking me on this. This is my interpretation of compliance, okay? So I'm going to go over the CMS bulletin that I received, and then I'm going to show you how I am handling the compliance side of this. All right, so let's take a dive. Before we do that, don't forget, look at that. Don't forget to like, and you can't see my subscribe. There you go. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then also comment. All right, comment. I love to hear comments and reply. I handle every single one of them. All right, let's get in here. All right, so here is the CMS bulletin that I received. All right, so may agents, brokers, web brokers utilize the same form to meet the documentation requirements for both consumer consent and consumer review and confirmation of the accuracy of the eligibility app information? Okay, so yes, they say yes, the same documentation may be used to comply with both requirements as long as it appropriately captures these two events. All right, we got to do two events. That is, consumer consent before obtaining must be obtained prior to assisting the consumer with applying for or enrolling in marketplace coverage. All right, so what does that mean? Okay, so you collect the data, you run quotes, you do all that, but before you search, before you process an app, you have got to get the consent. How am I handling that? Take a look here. So here's what I'm doing. This is me. This is my no mail. So and then the phone number here. So you have the choice. The way I'm doing it here is I have got a workflow already created in Agent CRM. And what it does is it emails them, or you choose. You can choose a text message in English, a text message in Spanish. You can do an email in English or an email in Spanish. It's up to you. You choose whatever you want to do. Okay. Now, the reason I have these here is because these are my wife. She writes out of Texas and I write in Texas. Okay. All right. So you pick your one, you pick one, and you'll see the save button pops up. And then when that happens, it's going to send them a picture or a PDF of the consent form. It's already pre-filled with my data, but when you guys use my affiliate link, you're going to get my the one without my information on it. You still get the consent form, but it'll be blank. Mine has Simply Health Insurance Agency, its staff, and my name and staff. So it's all encompassing because I do have a staff. All right, so it sends them a consent, and they reply back with I consent. I have captured their consent. Well, is that sufficient? In my opinion, I think so. Let's go down here and take a look at how we can capture that. Let's see here. How do consent requirements? Let's see. Hold on here. Let me find it. Okay, so right here. What are the acceptable methods by which an agent or broker may document consumer consent? Acceptable documentation of a consumer consent may be obtained in a manner that best suits the business practices of that agent. So whatever works for you. Okay, that's what they're saying. Consistent with this, blah, 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 all these things, the consumer authorized rep must act to produce a record to confirm their consent was provided. This documentation of consent must include the content specified. Okay, which, if you're wondering what that content is, it's these 4 or 5 bullet points. Let's see if I can find that. Right here. It's got to have all this inside. All this is at the beginning, and then all this is embedded inside the consent form that I provide to you guys. All right, let's go back up here. All right, what are these? Okay, so non-exhaustive. So pretty much this is, it can be whatever of acceptable documentation that would be sufficient to demonstrate compliance. Includes documents that capture the date, the consent, along with the signature of the consumer or the authorized rep, electronically or otherwise, verbal confirmation. So they tell you over the phone, a recorded line that it's okay. let's see here, what else? Let's see, document allows CMS. Okay, so electronic or otherwise, text messaging, emails, a DocuSign. It's whatever works. All right. All right, so you get the consent at the beginning. All right, let's go here. Let's go back to here. Okay, so the first event that will need to be captured in the documentation created and retained by the agent and broker for 10 years. This documentation need to capture all this. Okay, we know this. Okay, so in addition, the documentation would need to capture information showing that the consumer reviewed and confirmed the accuracy of the eligibility app information in the marketplace application. All right. This is the second event, which must occur after the application has been completed. They misspelled that. And prior to its submission to the marketplace. So which one is it? After it's completed or prior to submission? I don't know. Does it make sense? It's, you know, like kind of like saying after the race, but before the race, before you finish the race. Okay, well, which one is it? Therefore, in the same document, if the same documentation is used to meet both requirements, the agent broker will need to ensure that there is sufficient information in the documentation to demonstrate that these two separate events occurred. For example, a document or electronic file would include a timestamp communication showing when the consumer provided the consent to the agent, and a second timestamp showing the consumer attested to having reviewed and confirmed the accuracy of the app in the marketplace app. Okay, all right, this is where doesn't make sense, but you know, everybody runs their agency the way they do it. So you collect all the data, you read all the disclosures, you get you copy their signature and you hit submit. You're going to get the eligibility app that they're supposed to confirm that everything is right. What's on that eligibility app? Everything that they're consenting to. Okay, the name, the address, the income, the subsidy, as well as who is being insured and who's not being insured. And if you go down a few pages below that, you're going to see if there's any requirements that must be satisfied. All right, it's all there. So 2 timestamps. So how are we doing it? Let's go back over here. Agent CRM. So once I've gotten the consent, then what I would do is I'm at the very end, I will send them this confirm application info. And again, do I want to send it by text in English or Spanish, or do I want to send it by email, English or Spanish? And what they receive here is they receive, hey, we are at the final step. Please review what I just emailed you. Make sure everything is correct, and then reply back with I confirm. Now, the beauty of this thing and using this agent CRM is that now you're going to see the I consent, I confirm. You've got it. You've got the name of the agent here. You've got a bunch of information here. But here in the notes section, you are going to see a few things. You're going to see when data was completed. That's what you're going to see. So you're going to be able to see when the consent was signed and dated, and when the final review, the second timestamp. It'll be all here. If somebody's requiring a view, you can screenshot this and send it to them. That's what I'm doing, guys. So a couple of things. We're 20 days into it, and we've exceeded the 700 written mark. All right. So if you want to do what I'm doing, if you want to get my CRM, down below is my affiliate link for it, and you get everything that I've created. Secondly, we're writing a lot of business from Facebook. If you want to learn how to run ads on Facebook, here's what we've got for you. Thanksgiving is a couple of days away. We got Black Friday. We got Cyber Monday. I convinced Shauna, the lady who helped me create my ads, to run a Cyber Monday Black Friday deal. She's knocking $500 off the price. Okay, so if you want to get the Facebook ad course, use the link that I'm going to have down below, and you'll get $500 off the course. And you only have to pay it one time. And she updates the heck out of this. And then I go in there and I contribute to this by giving you guys how I take those leads from social media and how I nurture them in Agent CRM, and then do my job. And that's why we're writing so many policies. If you're wondering what 700 is, I think it's $210,000 in annualized commissions, and we're 20 days in. All right. I do have a staff, so yes, but we're going to write over 2,000. At least my goal was 3. I don't think we'll hit the 3, but we're going to get close to 2. Well, we're going to exceed the 2. All right. But we're writing a bunch of dental and vision. We're writing indemnity plans with Allstate. Okay. We just sold a life insurance today to one of our ACA clients. And if they come into our office, we're talking to them about auto insurance and home insurance. So if you want to take advantage of it, the information will be down below. And let's go make some money together, guys. If you're a new agent, you're like, I want to do this. Is it too late? It's not too late. I'm going to try to get you set up as quick as possible. Email me. I'll have my email down below. Shoot me an email. I will help you out. I'll get you set up with contracts. We'll get you going as quick as possible. I also have a training program in my information. Okay. And it's a good training program. Everything I know about ACA is on there. All right, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.